Welcome back. Well, throughout the world, the power relations that shape social, political, and economic and cultural life prevent women from participating fully in all areas of their lives, whether it is in the home or public arena. Our research shows that the global average representation of women in national politics is 5%. Well, this is actually how we're welcoming you to the discussion where we'll talk about women participation in politics. And we're not alone in the house. We have some guests who's going to be talking about the topic this morning, women participation in politics. We have Honorable Mrs. Bridget Obi, former Commissioner, Women Affairs, Anambra State. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
All right, and of course we have Honorable Mrs. Uzuamaka Enemchukwu, aspirant, Anambra State House of Assembly. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
All right, and of course, my gorgeous colleague is still here.
You know I'm a woman too. And then you'll be asking the question, I will be answering you. Right.
All right, we'll have a short feature that talks about women participation in politics. Let's go say it. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
In a publication in Fides Catholic newspapers on Sunday, September 30th, 2018, the Archbishop Ecclesiastical Province, Lagos, and Bishop of Rome, Most Reverend Olusina Fape, called on women, especially in the Church of Nigeria, Anglican Communion, to be more actively involved in politics, especially in the forthcoming general elections. Here is what he said. The Anglican Church is not big for nothing. We also have fundamental role to play, prophetic voice to tell the nation that Nigeria must move in the way of God, and those who have the mind of God must be elected to their respective positions, either as President, National Assembly members, governors, House of Representatives, as well as House of Assembly members, to be able to speak as agents of light to banish the work of darkness in our country. The Church, especially the women in the Anglican Communion in Nigeria, must be encouraged to participate in the political affairs of the nation. Let's listen to what people have to say about Archbishop Fape's comments.
I am supporting that women can deliver their community. Taking an example from Esther chapter 4 verse 16. Esther delivered her community during the time of Israel when they were in captivity. If not so, Haman would have destroyed all the children of Israel. But through the prayer of Esther and her maidens, the intervention of Esther, the children of Israel were delivered. So God can use women to deliver their community.
So that women are born leaders. You see women, they do a lot of things, the role they play. A woman in her home plays the role of a mother, a counselor, a teacher, an administrator in the house, what have you. And in that same vein, I am believing that women, if they are allowed to be in politics or in governance, as the case may be, they will do well. The same way they work to build their home, the same way they will as well work to build the nation.
In general, politics is open to everybody. Women are not exempted. And most times you see them playing a very vital role in the society, companies. I think it should be the same, because when they go into politics, also if they carry the same idea by which they run affairs of some in business, some in companies, and some in their home, it's going to be a wonderful translation. And being that everywhere you find women, you find somehow that men are always dancing to their tune, so automatically they can affect a greater change than what the men have been doing.
First of all, we are mothers. We are female. We are mothers. We are co-creators. We have this ability to bring things into being. We give form and shape to anything and everything. So, if we are given the opportunity to represent our people as a state, as a local government, as whatever, at whatever level, I know for sure that we'll represent well. We come to the grassroots problems. It's not like the higher problems don't matter, but we take it back home. We start from the roots. Talk of children that are out of school. Talk of pregnant women that die in hospitals. Getting good water. So many places that don't have access to it.
Women going into politics means their marital status should be weak in that side, because women, when they go into politics, it should be every time out, one problem on the other, one problem on the other. They more or less, their family, whatever, should not be stable as it's supposed to be.
Dear viewer, we have heard from the women and other people as it concerns the public. What remains is how to actualize the goal of having more women participate in Nigerian politics. Let us leave you with the Archbishop concluding statement. We cannot continue to leave politics in the hands of riffraffs, otherwise it will portend doom for this country. We won't leave it in the hands of hooligans again to rule us, and that is what we are doing right now. We are sensitizing our members, especially the women, to be actively involved in politics. The educated, enlightened, intelligent, and God-fearing ones should come out and take positions in the affairs of the nation. When you are there, you can speak as a child of God.
This is ABS, Heartbeat of the East.
Well, good to have you back, and that was a feature on women participation in politics. And of course, if you're just joining us, we're still having the House Honorable Mrs. Bridget Obi, a former Commissioner for Women Affairs, Anambra State, and of course, Honorable Mrs. Obiamaka and Chiku, an aspirant, Anambra State House of Assembly. And of course, I still have my gorgeous colleague in the House. We're talking about women participation in politics. You've been the Commissioner for Women Affairs, the ex-Commissioner for Women Affairs in Anambra State. How has it been piloting the affairs of women in the state?
Well, in governance, it's always even just like an administrator. If you are working from the level of with the government, it's an administrative thing. It's about policy. It's about the needs of the people. It's about trying to make government to provide the needs, improve healthcare, improve hospital. The needs of the family. In agriculture, if there's no food, then the family suffers. If this family suffers, there's insecurity. And so as a commissioner, you are just on the policy and trying to provide those things that actually need to be provided to ease the life of women, expected mothers, young mothers, and things like that. But coming from another perspective is that of elective position. When you are elected in the House of Assembly, Federal House, or Senate, in that place, it becomes another ball game altogether. You are there to make laws. Okay. So there are always separation of powers.
All right, you just watched the feature and what the Archbishop says. You can just throw more light on it.
Actually, on the last, what he said on the last, you can see he said government cannot be left at the hands of hoodlums or riffraffs. Actually, we have had such situations in government, and sometimes it makes the government weak because their character, some will go, some will be in government and they will do things that are not right. When you get to the National Assembly, you see situations where they are fighting over one thing or the other, dragging the mess, some people taking the mess away and things like that. Those people are not real, the kind of people that is going to be brought in governance in this country, because they are messing up the government. I think the women if I'm asked to say, the women are better in such positions, because women are calm, they are articulated, they cannot just go to mess themselves up by maybe going to fight at the floor of the chambers and that kind of thing. So I think it's better for us.
For a long time now, and then in the guy and I've been rallies, like political rallies, a form one can happen. Manajum web no lose gaga as an election, or this Yakomaya sideline and how well is there a kedi way Humakanka.
Emuanya bundi na fangwa bundi nwelu number maketu votes. Fangwa na apota fangwa na easily mobilized for election purposes. But the issue of coming to elective position is another ball game altogether. You see that women are mostly used as instrument of politics. Women remember us when they want to go. They will spend money in mobilizing those that they feel they can use to get their vote. But when it actually comes to the real game, it takes women that make themselves available. You see, it is not easy from the culture perspective. For even the bishop that was just talking about now, oh, women should be from the church aspect. They were the ones that actually made us to believe that in the home, you have to be submissive. That these are the things we are taught. When you teach people early enough that they can do this, they can do that, they grow with that spirit, they grow with that knowledge, they grow with that boldness. So the religion has taught us to be under. So it is not easy to lift yourself up now. When you want to lift yourself, even the same religion will think that, oh, this one is not a submissive wife anymore. She's, oh, women should not be talk and things like that. So it is, you know, they are trying to do it now, but we have to go back to the basics, go back to the drawing board to be able to nurture the new generation. Even when women, for example, have come out, when in the church today, you say that women are drivers of the church. And that is why now, oh, even the women has taken over. So I believe that it is a good clear call, but a lot needs to be done.
All right, Obiamaka, this goes to you. As regards to what the commissioner has said, how has your journey been as an aspirant? And of course, we also want to know what party are you actually under vying for this position?
I'm in APC.
Okay.
APC is my party. I won't tell you it has not been so easy, because for we in APC, we were told ab initio that women were going to be given a particular kind of opportunity to run by maybe buying only aspiration form. But when we got there, it was like they told us to pay half of the money and also buy the aspiration form and also pay some money that almost got at 600,000 naira. I mean, we were all not happy on what happened. Most of the aspirants withdrew the aspiration because of that financial involvement. So it was for most of us, we withdrew because that was what we agreed on.
So okay, you want to ask?
Yes, can you still explain to us, Koala, what are other issues that you think that can make women not to come out to participate fully in politics?
First of all, in the case is no. When you understanding politics of one point, Abagom politics, didn't former speaker Anambra House of Assembly. Abum former woman leader, SDP, you get SDP. Abum former woman leader, PDP, state woman leaders. If any now, again, I know my video, JBL guy Pelompe, and I buy alpha. Demon on him, one on him, or to tell one opportunity, divine on him, for another India. So on that one opportunity, on our sofa potamana, different for a cafapota. So football is no. So, amen. nwaanyị apụta ọzọ bụ ego. O nwere ike ọ chọọ ịzọ nụ ife dị ka anyị nwa chọrọ ịzọ na nke a ego bịa rie nne anyị nwa olụzie nwayọọ dobe azụ a na-ebe n'ife gbasalụ ụmụ nwoke bịafe na-eme anyị intimidate nwaanyị a tupu etukwu anyị mamịrị kedu ife kpata oge eji wee na-apụta egwu ada atụ ya ọnọdụ ka moto mbụ kịta na-agagharị moto esela isi onye isi anyị see isi rocha sokorocha mana mpụli ụdị iyi ndị mmadụ ka na-akpọ ụdị okwu faga na-ekwu mgba nkịtị bikos abụ nwaanyị nwere ike jee kechalenje fe tie gị ife ma ofe mego ofe ife so bikos ka anyị bụ nwaanyị ọtụtụ ife na-eme ka anyị na-anachi ya azụ na politics.
Okay, just to let you know that this is participatory. The phone lines are on your screen. You can call us and, of course, share your reactions, contributions, and opinions on the topic women participation in politics. Now, let me come to you, Commissioner. Now, she said that few issues, challenges has always been money, and of course, most times some husbands don't support their children. I mean, their wives or the girl women to, go into politics. Now, prior to colonial experience, now women actually played active role in the traditional political governance. Although you wouldn't equate, the average, population to that of men. But now my question is, do you think women's poor participation in politics, like many other problems in Nigeria, has a deep root in the system carved and imposed by colonialism?
No, I wouldn't actually say it is rooted in colonialism. Even in Africa, women are more even, maybe from their own nature. That black woman is more, vibrant in participating. If you take all over the world, it's not particular in Nigeria, even in United Kingdoms. Even when you had people like Margaret Thatcher coming up and being the prime minister as of that time, it was still one woman in the midst of the entire ocean. So it has always been one woman, really fighting his way up. So it is not peculiar to Africa or Nigeria. So it is still persistent. It is still about that woman that has that kind of sound family support. Because for you to excel, that's that support. Even the women that did their viral, that women like Mrs. Ransom Kuti, they had their husbands. When you have your husband, when your husband is, is there, it's easier for you as a family to move on. But minus that, it becomes even tougher.
Okay, let's come to you, Goma. From 1999 till date, we've had low percentage of women participating in politics, and debates have been going on and on with women advocates and all that. So what do you think we need to do now to encourage women to come out? Because it's still very low. Up to 2015, we still have 11.2% participating in politics. What do we do to encourage women to come out and participate?
And of course, would you encourage your daughter to also, take a life or a career in politics?
Of course, I will. Actually, the percentage is still very small, but we are trying to make up some, build up some NGOs that are training the women. So there's one we have here. We are in collaboration with NDI. It's inter-party network. We have it in Anambra here. We started it this year. They have been giving us. They have been giving us some lectures on how to bring in the women to participate in politics, and they started this since about 3 or 4 years ago. We've been going on seminars and so on, and they have really done much, because now we have this group now. People who wants to participate or who wants to vie for election, women, they are really involved, and we are giving them encouragement. At least when I was on vying, they gave us much encouragement. They spoke to us. They gave us seminars. We are conducted. People, they go to churches and speak to people and to leave the women to participate. And yes, so we have done much on that side, and we are still doing more, because for those who have just won their election, we are bringing in their names. Their names are being collected. so that they will be taken to their NDI office for them to help them in the election, so that they will make sure that more women participated in the voting.
Thank you very much. Last words from you as regards to women in politics.
I think that the strength of the women is in the rural community. So if we can still return back to the time when the local government elections are done, because for a very long time, elections are not being done at the local level. But if the elections are done in the ward level as councillors and as chairmen, women will win, because the church is now supporting them, and women are at the grassroots, and it is cheaper. So let women start their career in politics at the grassroots level before they can come up to the state and the national.
All right, thank you very, very much. And we just want to say a very big thank you to our guest in the house, the Honorable Mrs. Bridget Obi, former Commissioner for Women Affairs, Anambra State. Many thanks for having you.
Thank you very much.
And of course, Honorable Mrs. Obiamaka and Chiku, aspirant, Anambra State House of Assembly. Many thanks for having you.
Thank you for calling.
All right, good morning, Anambra continues. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.